Okay guys, hi, Coach Kari. I am going to go over the 21 Day Fix today with you. Hopefully most of you can read through your book anyway if there's anything that I leave out or forget. But I thought I would at least give you an overview of kind of what we want to do in this challenge group and what I would like you guys to get done before we start. So as an overview, we'll kind of go over some of the stuff that came in the package. So let me grab my Get Started guide. So here it is, the 21 Day Fix Start Here guide. This kind of goes over, what the basic workouts are, your calendar that you need to follow for your workouts, the schedule. Basically, all you'll need for your workouts is either a few barbells or some resistance bands. As far as your what they recommend, they're saying that maybe you'll want a light set and a heavier set. So for women, like a 5-pound, 3 to 5 pound weight, and then like a 10 to 15 depending on your fitness level. And same with the bands, maybe a lighter one and a heavier one. What that will do is allow you to push yourself a little bit harder. If something's a little bit too easy, you can go up to the heavier, just so you're working to your maximum, so we'll see the greatest results. It also recommends a mat if you're working out on a hard floor, for the Pilates and yoga, some of the floor work. I know that I personally work out on a carpet and I don't really need a mat. Maybe for yoga if you want to get really good low positions, but it's not completely necessary. But they're only like 10 to 12 bucks if you go to Walmart or Target or something. So you might want to pick one of those up. Be ready to work out 7 days a week. 30 minutes a day, and you really need to make your workout a priority. This is only 21 days. You guys can do it for 21 days. Then you can change it up if that's what you're looking for, but we really want you guys to focus really hard on your nutrition and your fitness for this 21 days, 3 weeks. Help yourself create a habit. And then the last week, if you really want to push your results, they recommend doubling up, and there is a part of the schedule that talks about what your workouts would be for that last week. So you'll find that in there. This little pamphlet will also describe what all the workouts are, but that's basically an overview of that. Before we get started, I want all of you guys to take weights and measurements, and there's a little part on this same piece of paper that will show you where to record your weights, what measurements and what weights I need, and where to measure at. So I want you guys to do that, so don't forget that. I also would like, it'll be extra credit, but you won't regret it. So another recommendation that I'm making you guys is to take before and after photos. It will help you to see your results. Even if you don't lose a ton of weight, you will see a difference in your before and after pictures. So there's also a pamphlet in here that describes how to take your before and after pictures. And if you guys do that, anyone who takes before and after pictures and turns them into me will get an extra prize, so keep that in mind. Okay, the next thing that I want you guys to do, and it also talks about this in the book, but is to talk about the top 3 reasons, or your why, on why you want to do this challenge, what you're looking to get out of it. So I want all of you guys to write down your top 3 reasons why you're willing to commit to this challenge, and write them down and put them somewhere that you're going to see them. So if you're feeling like going off the program or indulging in something that you're not supposed to, I want you to see that and remember that you're doing this for bigger reasons than just one little cheat. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now we get into the thick of the program. And the first thing you're going to need to do is calculate your calorie target. So it tells you how to do this at the very beginning of the book. And I sat down and did mine. So as an example, I take my weight, which is 185 pounds, and I times that by 11, and that's my baseline. So from there I add 400 calories, because that's how many calories you're going to be burning during your workouts. And that gives you your caloric needs. From there you take your needs and subtract 750, and this is where we're going to have our deficit, and this is how we're going to lose weight. So you take that, subtract 750, so my target caloric needs is 1735. From there we go to the calorie chart on page 18 and 19, and this will tell you, how many containers you get of each thing. So I'm at 1700 something, so I get 4 green containers and 3 purple containers. You just follow that down, and that will give you your daily, how many containers you get of each thing. And you'll come close to hitting that calorie target without having to think of how many exact calories are in your portions. So from there, you go to the portionology in the book, which starts on page 22. Let's see if I can find it here. And this will tell you, you know, some of the foods that you can have that fit those containers. So like here's the green container, which is the vegetable container. And it'll tell you all the things that you can have, tons of different vegetables. If it tells you like asparagus says 10 large spears, basically that's telling you what would fit in a container, but since the spears don't fit, you don't have to measure it in the container. If it doesn't tell you specifically like 10 spears or beets, 2 medium beets, then you put them in the container and make sure you can close the lid. That is the, that's the way that works. So you'll do that with all the different foods for the day. So purple is your like berries, fruits and berries type thing. Again, that will tell you if it doesn't fit in the container, it'll tell you how many you're allowed to eat to equal 1 container. So I think we got that. For those container levels that they're giving you, make sure that you're spreading those out throughout the day. And they give you 2 different options. One is to have 3 meals and 2 snacks. Don't just have all your vegetables at 1 meal. Try to spread out the different food groups throughout the day. The one plan is 3 meals and 2 snacks. The other plan is having 6 meals. I don't know about you guys, but it's really hard for me to get 3 meals, let alone 6. So the 3 meals and 2 snacks is probably going to work better for me. Try and spread your meals and snacks out 2 to 3 hours so that you're not bulking your calories all at one time of the day. And the way you're going to keep track of these is on tally sheets. So the very back of your book is your tally sheets. And you'll write from your caloric needs, you'll write how many containers you get per day. And then as you eat them, you'll check them off. And it also has your water. And so anyway, like this sheet has 3 days worth on it. If these things are too hard for you to keep track of, I mean, they're in the book, 7 days worth, so it's a week worth. You can also go to the Team Beachbody website. Let me see where I wrote that down. You go to the Team Beachbody website, click on the Get Fit tab. Claire, can you turn that off, please, or turn it down? Sorry. Go to the Get Fit tab, click on Fitness Tools, and then click on Workout Sheets, and you can print them out. And they're a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see, and they'd probably be more portable for those of you who are working and trying to do this. So that's the basic overview of what we're going to be doing. The next thing I want to go over, there's a section talking about Zing foods. It's talking about some different things that aren't necessarily the containers. So for the Zing foods, there's free foods. You can eat as much of those as you want, but it's things that are probably going to have to do with food prep, like your spices and vinegar and stuff that you're not going to really want to eat a lot of anyway. So, but you're free to eat as much of that as you want. It gives you how to mix up some different spices in the recipe section. The next part is the beverages, and this is the part where the wine comes into play. You'll find on the tasty beverages section of the Zing foods that you are allowed to replace, to have wine once a week, or you can have three of these tasty beverages per week, and you replace a yellow container with those. So if you're going to have a glass of wine, make sure that you're replacing a yellow container with that, and you're only allowed to have 3 tasty beverages a week, so portion it out. They're recommending only 1 glass of wine, but it's up to you guys what you do. The plan is very flexible in that way. There's also a treats portion of the Zing foods, and you're allowed to replace 3 yellow containers a week with treats as well, and there's recipes in the book for treats that you can have. Yeah. And it's up to you. If you really want to push yourself on this challenge and you're feeling good and you don't feel like you need a tasty treat, you don't have to have them. You can keep eating your yellow food, which is your yellow container, your carbs. So if you're feeling like you want more carbs instead of tasty treats, you can do that too. So that's the flexibility of it. There's recipes in the back for each of the different boxes. You can use your own recipes too. Oh, another good fun part that I forgot to write down, but if you think you're going to have to eat out at a restaurant, it gives you some of the portions on how many containers each of those would equal. Like a piece of cheese pizza is, or I guess it's a quarter of a 12-inch pizza is 1 carb, 1 yellow container, and 1 orange container. So if you have to eat out, there is flexibility for that. You just need to follow along with the rules, and this will kind of be your go-to, but hopefully we'll learn enough throughout the challenge that that we won't have to worry about. Eventually we won't have to carry our containers with us everywhere. So this is getting to be a really long video. The last thing I wanted to cover is your hydration. They recommend that you drink at least a gallon of water per day. There's a section about the water bar, all the things that you're allowed to put in your water, and you can have as much of that as you want. Tea and coffee, also you can have as much of those as you want, as long as you're not putting anything in them. If you want to put a little bit of milk, and there's a few different sweeteners, more natural sweeteners, not artificial sweeteners, you can also have 1 or 2 cups a day with the sweeteners in it. So that covers that. Hopefully that answers any questions you guys might have had. Hopefully I'll try to edit this video down so it's under 10 minutes. But welcome to the challenge. I'm super excited to get started on Monday. I think most of you will have your programs by Monday. Maybe not Megan, sorry. But oh, Shakeology, forgot to cover that. You're allowed to have a shake. You're allowed to have your shake every day. They have some recipes in there for it. It counts as a red container if you mix it with water. If you want to mix it with almond milk, that counts as one of your tasty beverages per week. So portion that out. You can also mix it with coffee, which I'm planning on doing because I really like my coffee shakes. So those are your options. If you have any more questions, please post below the video, and hopefully we will be getting started on Monday. Get your grocery shopping done, be ready, read through the book, figure out what you want to plan out. So planning is going to be key, and let's do it. Thanks, guys.